Literally anyone could buy a business, including you. So I've had tons of people tell me in the past why they can't buy a business. In this video, I'm gonna show you why that's total bullshit. So here are the 5 business buying myths that are simply not true. So myth number 1, you have to be very rich or have a ton of cash to buy a business. So this is probably one of the most common myths that I hear all the time that is simply untrue. I buy most of these businesses for somewhere between 2 and 4 times multiple of what they do in revenue every single year. And these businesses do somewhere between $1 million and $10 million a year. Now this sounds like a fuck ton of money, but really it's not, because I don't use any of my own money to buy these. Here are some of the strategies I use that I don't have to use any of my money to buy these businesses. Every business I buy has some sort of owner financing component to it. Sometimes I'm getting only 10 or 20% owner financing, but some deals I'm getting 80% all the way to 100%. Another way I finance a lot of these businesses is I find a partner that will come up with most of the money that I need. I'll use their money for the down payment and give them a part of the business. They get part of the equity of the business. Another great way to finance a business without using any of your money is to get a loan from the bank or another financial institution. The SBA has great programs, and there's lots of other programs out there as well. Another great way is finding a whole bunch of people that will loan you money, private money, and you just pay them interest on their money every single month until it's paid off. So instead of giving them equity and ownership in the business, they're just giving you money for interest instead. Another great way to get money for a business is there's lots of people that do asset-based loans. These types of loans are loans that will give you money based on the equipment that you have, based on the receivables that you have, based on the inventory that you have, and any other thing. These types of loans are out there, and there's plenty of companies out there that want to give you the asset-based loans. Another great way that I bought business without using any of my money was if there's real estate involved, I would get money and borrow money on the real estate and use that money for the down payment for the whole business and the real estate combined. And another great way would be if you're buying a business and they have a ton of excess inventory or excess equipment, you could sell a lot of the excess stuff that you don't need and use that money as a down payment for your business. So literally there's tons of more ways that you can get money to use to buy that business. I can't get into all of them right now because this hour will be over a video. Wait. The video will be over an hour. Are you dyslexic, you idiot? Jesus. Fuck. That was Bug's fault. All right. He's like, what the fuck did I do? So there's tons of other ways to get money to fund your business. Literally, if I went to all of them, we'd be here for an extra hour and we just don't have the time. But besides all the other ways, you can use combinations of all these different ways together, and there's really unlimited amounts of ways to fund the business. So guys, if you ever hear somebody say, look, I can't buy a business because I don't have any money, just know that's total bullshit. Are you still watching this video and you haven't liked it? Come on, I need help. I need the algorithm to show it to everybody. Myth number 2 that I hear all the time, that most businesses for sale are bad. That's just simply not true. This implies that every single business for sale is bad. That's just simply not true. There's tons of great businesses for sale. Let me give you a whole bunch of reasons why. Let me give you a whole bunch of reasons why. So probably the main reason why I see people selling good businesses is because they're about to retire. Now think about it. Once somebody's ready to retire, they don't have many choices. Now, most of the people that are retiring, their kids just don't want their business. And if their kids don't want their business, they have to figure out what to do. They could either close it down, which sucks, people don't want to do that, or they have to sell it. I bought a lot of businesses from people that are getting divorced. When someone's getting divorced, sometimes the only thing they can do and the only thing they can think about is getting rid of their business so they can figure out how to split the money and not have to worry about all these things during this divorce. Another big reason why people sell really good businesses is because they have some sort of medical condition. Maybe it's a medical condition with them or maybe someone in their family, and they really need to focus on their health instead of their business. Another big reason I see is people just need to move. And when somebody moves, they don't think they could run their business remotely, which is really not true, but most people think that way. So when someone moves, they really think that they have to sell their business or shut it down. Selling their business makes way more sense than shutting it down. Because some of you guys haven't subscribed to my channel yet. What are you guys doing? Make sure you subscribe right now. Another big reason why people sell their really good profitable businesses is because they have a better opportunity doing something else. Sometimes they have another thing they can do to make more money, or sometimes they find something they can make the same amount of money or maybe a little bit less, but work a lot less and have a better life. Another big reason why people sell their business is because when they first started that business, they were super passionate about it, they loved it, but you know what? Maybe this is years and years down the road, a decade, couple decades down the road, and it just at this point are burnt out with that business. They just don't want to do it anymore. So they need to pass it along to somebody else that's fresh, that could take it to the next level. Another big reason I see why people want to sell their business is they have a big dispute with their partner. Now think about it. It's just like having a marriage, right? If a husband and wife have a big argument, they want to split up. Well, it's the same thing in business. If you have partners and they're just arguing and can't get along, they need to split up. And sometimes the only way to split up is to sell the business. Another reason I see a lot is sometimes somebody just made enough money and they're just wealthy and content and don't need to work anymore, and they just want to relax and enjoy life and have somebody else run that business going forward. There's honestly a lot more reasons why someone would sell a profitable business, whether they want to cash out or any other reason. Again, I could spend an hour going through all the reasons and explaining it, but trust me, there's a lot more reasons why people will sell it. Myth number 3, you have to have a lot of experience to buy a business. Obviously, having experience is extremely beneficial. However, there's tons of ways to work around that. So there's a few things I would suggest to do if you don't have a lot of experience in buying businesses. First off, I would try to find a partner that has a lot of experience and use your strengths and their strengths together to make that business happen.
The next thing I would suggest is to get a mentor or join some type of program or service where you can get help. So for example, we have Dealmaker Weekend. We have a Facebook group. Me and Carl Allen, we help people all the time. I'm always answering calls, always on Facebook, answering messages, helping people out that have never bought businesses before and teaching them what I would do, maybe giving them advice, maybe even going through a deal with them, breaking it down, hearing them out, telling them if it's a good deal or it's not a good deal. And that's something else you should do if you don't have any experience in buying businesses. Dude, it's that simple. It's kind of simple.
That was so funny.
Nothing, sir.
Other ways to buy a business without having much experience is checking out a whole bunch of my YouTube videos, other people's YouTube videos, maybe going to get a mentor or joining some sort of program that teaches you all this stuff. Another way would be to go to these masterminds that I do, or even if other people do them, although nobody does them like me. But I have about 3 a year, and literally at the end of these masterminds, you could buy businesses without having any experience. There have been dozens and dozens of people that have bought businesses that knew nothing about business literally within 6 months of after leaving my masterminds. If you want to see more about my masterminds, check out this video right here to see how cool they are. Myth number 4, which is the dumbest myth out of them all. You can't own a business unless you work in it. One of the most important things that I tell you about buying businesses is make sure that you're buying a business that's cash flowing. Don't buy a job that you have to work in. I own dozens and dozens of businesses and I don't work in any of them. All I do is I get checks every single month in the mail, or usually some transfers or wires every single month from all the business I have without working in them. So it doesn't even matter what sector or industry you're in. I own businesses in all kinds of different industries. I own businesses in entertainment, in retail, in real estate, in food, in health and fitness, and much more. So think about it like this. If you're working in the business, then you won't have enough time to work on the business, which is the most important thing, so you can grow it and make a lot more money and do other businesses as well. And myth number 5, people think you have to know everything about the business you're about to buy. So again, this is total bullshit. I have literally bought 10 businesses over the last few years that I knew nothing about, and now they are very profitable and growing exponentially. So there's many ways to do this. First off, one of the most important, crucial things that I do every single time I buy a business is I make sure that it already has management in place that comes with the business. So literally, there's a manager and a whole bunch of employees that can run the business and know everything about the business, so I don't have to know it. To me, buying a business that doesn't have a management team in place and a whole bunch of employees, it's just not worth that much. So it's not even worth buying those types of businesses. So another reason why you don't have to know much about the business, and another reason why you're buying other people's businesses, is because the owner is there, and the owner has been around for decades. They'll teach you all the mistakes that they've made that you don't have to, and all the positive things that they've learned to grow their business. So if you guys know me pretty well, you know that I have partners in almost every business I have. That's another reason why you don't have to know everything about the business. Your partners might know a lot. If you want to learn more about partners, watch this video right here that talks all about fucking partners. That talks all about partners.
Hey guys, we have a 5-second challenge for you. In 5 seconds, we need you to like, comment, and subscribe. Timer starts now. Comment done when you've done. Comment done when you finished.
All right guys, this video is done. You can leave now. Watch these other videos. I'll see you next time.